we're back with knowing hands back at the helm. See, you're not allowed to leave. You leave for one episode out of hundreds, and everything literally falls apart.
I would actually be very interested to know how many episodes we've done technically.
Is it red?
Well, I was going to say that button wasn't red last week.
Sorry, Corey.
For the first 20 minutes, we were looking at a green light.
Look, man, I'm not envious of what Corey went through that.
And I was like, out of everyone here breaking things, I never thought it would have been you. Never thought it would have been you. But that being said, welcome to This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue-focused podcast with hot takes and even hotter recipes. I am your host, Rasheed Phillips, and back again for the second week in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all better go ahead and buy a scratch-off ticket, Mr.
Oh, Brian Hull.
Yeah, it goes to you.
Wait, whoa.
You're sitting right across today.
Like, I don't even, what am I doing here?
It's like, I got lost. I came to pick up brisket now. I'm here.
He's trapped.
And trapped in the middle like a broken up Oreo, so Mr.
Pickle in the middle. James Welch. Pickle in the middle today.
It's a mixed Oreo.
It's a mixed Oreo. And we have our fearless crowd wrangler back at the helm, properly making sure that the podcast goes off without a hitch.
Love you, Corey.
Yeah, because we can't have Corey back here for obvious reasons. Because you guys are like, what are you talking about? There was an episode. That's why.
We'll see the light of day at some point.
At some point. That'll be our red band one.
I told you, like, found footage.
Found footage, just lost, almost like what they did with Blair Witch.
Blair Witch?
Handshake footage.
Yeah.
Like
really
through
nice.
the office, shaking.
It's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Just
I'm
like
so scared.
Slipped and fell on some barbecue sauce. No.
See, again, spitting gold here.
Hey, we got it.
Gold.
Man, we got it. I'm still. I think.
Rolls in through the door and we see.
I legitimately think we may just have to Kickstarter the Big Back calendar.
You know what? And Frito-Lay, I'm still looking at you, baby.
Like I feel like out of the ideas we've had, those are two bangers. Like the Big Back calendar needs to happen. I don't know who we need to make these deals with, right? Is it Yum Foods? Doesn't Yum Foods own like almost all the fast food joints? We make a deal.
Yeah,
with
they're all the Pepsi. Because I think they're a subsidiary of Pepsi. So technically it's Pepsi owning all the Yum Foods brands.
Yeah. So we go to Yum Foods and we're like, hey, we got an idea. It's called a Big Back calendar.
We're going to make it happen.
You can make it even in app form, whatever it is, but a fat kid can dream, right?
Changes your background every day.
I love that. I love that every day you wake up and
you get a different back.
Exactly. Like it's yesterday was May the 4th, so it's like, May
Jabba the Hutt.
Themed Big Back.
Jabba the Hutt at Pizza Hut. Come get your.
Here's the problem: is if they do it, it will just be Jelly Roll the entire year because they want the celebrity.
That's true. Shout out to Jelly Roll, man. He's on a roll, but he's also losing weight. So, good work on you, Jelly Roll.
Hopefully, don't go Al Roker on us.
Yeah.
You know, when Al Roker lost weight, he looked like a toothpick with an olive on top.
Some people just got to be big.
Yeah.
Al Roker is big. I'm not going to lie. Like, I prefer Big Luther. I don't think Skinny Luther had the pipes.
No.
Big Luther would blow that all the way, but Skinny Luther, that curl ain't quite right Luther, I couldn't hold it.
People told me they want me big, so that's why I don't bother doing anything. Stay chunky.
Oh, gosh. I like them big. I like them chunky. What do we got on the news, sir?
Oh, man, today is Cinco de Mayo.
It is.
And oddly enough, I don't see any liquid courage.
That's because Corey broke the glasses.
Oh, we back to Corey again. So Corey not only ruined last week's episode,
if
but
he wants to get us 3 coffee. Celebration. I know what it's akin to isn't actually on this day, but this isn't a history podcast.
No.
It's a barbecue podcast. So
And I only mention that because it's today, but I come with the real national day, National Hoagie Day.
Hoagie Day.
Hoagie Day. Yeah. Just,
Hulk Hoagie?
No,
That's a
no,
line.
come
No,
on
that's
now.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't do Hulk
no.
Hogan anymore. He's got some. He's got some issues.
Just if you want the opinion on Hulk Hogan, just defer to the Iron Sheik.
And if you have anything bad to say about the Iron Sheik, that's just wild. That's just no. Everyone loves the Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik. Man, he tossed it back.
Oh yeah, man. John Henry. Man, when I was a kid watching John Henry, he made me want to get into strongman. I was like, how's he so strong?
You know,
How do you lift all that?
they can't have those wrestlers nowadays because of,
Same reason they can't have Black Thunder and Black Lightning.
you know what? Yeah, because Iron Sheik, didn't he make some kind of noise, like some kind of
Yes.
call?
Yes, he
I won't
did.
do it here, but because I don't want us to get canceled. But
No, please. I don't think people can get canceled on podcasts, but we're not going to roll the dice and find out.
you know, yeah, I'm gonna leave that to somebody else to figure out.
There are ways to get canceled.
We've said worse things. That goes without question.
Well, look at here. All of a sudden, a cup appears.
We've had to switch to paper. Corey
For-
can't
for
break
Clean
those.
books.
So, what is this? Is this Kentucky coffee?
This is
Hey,
Kentucky coffee.
happy Hoagie Day, because we're
Happy
not
Hoagie
gonna acknowledge the other holiday that Mexican restaurants.
Do
all
grinders
have.
also fall under the hoagie?
You know what? I'll take it.
Okay, all right.
But not sliders, because that's just
No.
No,
I
not
mean, like
sliders.
sliders are different.
yeah. We're not going there. We have morals and standards, ladies and gentlemen. Please,
And we're still looking for them, but
we don't know where they are.
they're
Hot dog is not a sandwich. Damn it.
I said what I said. Cereal is soup. Fight me. But all right, so you hit us with the holidays today.
I did. But you know, something interesting happened. It actually kept happening to me, and it hit its peak over the weekend or last weekend. I went to a comedy show.
Please tell me you didn't sit in the front row.
No, well, it doesn't matter. I had on a pink shirt because it was, it's because I didn't know any better. I'm a 300-pound man in a pink shirt going to a comedy club is just asking for it. But I was sitting there, and you referred to me as the old man.
Oh damn! You got your first old man.
I got my first public old man. But things have been happening to me for the last couple of weeks that have really just been hitting home.
Damn.
I was walking somewhere. I forgot I was walking, but another gentleman came up to me, and for the culture, for black folks, we all know the nod, right? And guys give the nod. Like it's like, yeah, it was, I see you, brother. But this nod was something different. It was like from the ancestral plane, like almost like he bowed
That
to
Jonathan
me.
Majors nod.
Yeah, it was just a regular nod, but it was more of like a higher level of respect.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I felt a different way about it. You know, it was just weird. Sitting down in Florida, guy comes up to me. I'm sitting with my father-in-law. He was like, hey, this looks like a table full of old wisdom. Does it get any better? And of course, I gave him some smart-ass answer back, like, nah, get back to work. Why are you, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't you got a job? But and then I'm sitting out there, right? But then during the comedy club, and I was called an old man, and it hurt. So I shaved my goatee off, like I shaved my beard off, because I thought it was too much gray for people.
Maybe.
And I just, what is old? Like, what is an old man? And then I was thinking, like, from a barbecue perspective, I would take advice from an old dude versus a young dude. And that's just, why is that?
Well, I'll hit you with what Pops is saying is you don't have to be older than me to be an OG, you know, meaning he's able to learn from the youngsters in the game, you know. But, you know, in our culture, that's a skip now. You can't, and the thing is, you can't shake that.
Yeah.
That's when, you know, I remember getting called Unc for the first time this year. I was like, I'm Unc now?
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Yes, I have nieces and nephews, but like, you know, that's, you know, and all that nicknames, but like community-wise, it's like, I'm Unc?
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess that's just where it happened. And I think it's one of those things that you don't control it.
No.
It's like a moniker. It's like a nickname. You have zero say when you cross those thresholds. I'm Unc now. Like, and here's the thing, right? This is, and I feel like it's my fault. Actually, it is my fault because he tells me about it every time he has to gripe about it. everyone applauds Pops for giving names. He named, Michelle Lundstrom, Money Michelle. He named, Delilah Winder, Auntie Delilah. She was Delilah Winder her entire life. You ask anyone now who that is, they have no clue. You say Auntie D, they're like, oh yeah, Aunt Delilah. Mm-hmm. Same thing. So Pops gives names, but this is mine, and this is weird. I don't think I've ever said his name out loud, but Kevin Bloodsoe was always Kevin Bloodsoe.
Okay.
Until I started calling him Pops.
Really?
Yeah.
So it is your fault.
It is my fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You unked him, and then you got unked.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go. See?
That's what I was saying. As I said, you can't control it. So he was, and here's the wildest part too, right? He was always Kevin Bloodsoe, Kev, or Big Kev. Those were his own. Then I popped out the woodwork like a chia pet. Hey, Pop.
What's up, Pops?
And it always is, and I'll never forget. And that's just always what I call him. And I remember one time he was in a meeting, and I guess I was on phone. He's like, tell me what you call him. It's like, Pops. And everyone started laughing. It's like, I can't get rid of it. Everybody. And then everyone addresses him as such. If I'm at any festival, we're at any event together, right, Lee? Anywhere, I'm just like, hey, guys, y'all seen Pops? You're like, no, he's over there.
See?
There's no question. In the barbecue world now, he's no longer Kevin Bloodsoe. He's Pops.
See.
So you don't control it. I didn't know I was going to be changing the whole terrain for him, but it happens.
I know. Yeah, it's just, and you're right. You don't have any control over it, but somehow my knees start hurting and I get backaches now. It's crazy. Like
you can feel the weather change coming now.
It's like, oh, wait,
It's going to be a wet one today.
I gotta ask, when Unk dropped, did you feel the gray start to come in?
Oh my God! You know what? I felt a little like I had to sit. I literally sat with it, like a weight. A ton was on my shoulder. I had to sit with it. I think I got up slower too, but I was like, I guess I did something right to someone to gain that term of endearment.
Yeah.
It's not anything you aim to do. You don't seek out being the old man or being Ung, or it just happens.
Yeah.
It just happened. I was like, I'm up.
And I do take it as a term of endearment for the most part. I mean, I'm used to, come on, big dog, or, something like that, because I'm a big dude and I'm used to that. But old, it's just, ooh.
Hey, it's one of those.
It hit like a ton of bricks. But you know what? I'm going to rock with it. Gray beard. I'm going to do my thing. I'm an old man now.
Now.
My AARP card and my handicap sticker.
Get those early bird specials.
Exactly. Right?
No, I dig it, though. I dig it. Well, speaking of old man, here's some activities that aren't just for the old. While I was on the road, I sent you the photos of the food. But
they might be deleted from my text messages.
Just for everyone's sake. Some of the highlights of being on the road is getting to experience new things and new happenings and locations. And I got to go to the Museum of Barbecue.
Oh, yeah. That just opened, right? It's brand new.
Yeah. In Kansas City. And I have to say, if you find yourself in Kansas City and you're in a barbecue, go to the Museum of Barbecue. Like it is a joyous experience. It's unlike many other museums I've been to. Not that I've been to a ton of barbecue museums, but I've been to museums in general. Mm-hmm. It's interactive. You're incentivized to touch the things and feel everything. If you guys missed it, this should let you know how big the ball pit is. I fit in there, and there's still a ton of room.
Oh, is that the one you fell in backwards?
Yeah.
I was like, save Rasheed.
I know, right? It's in the Bush's baked bean section there. Duke was over there barking, somebody get him out, But it's very experiential. Cool. And I definitely suggest that if you get the opportunity, go by and check out the Museum of Barbecue. It covers the amazing lands from North Carolina to South Carolina, Texas and Memphis barbecue. It delves deep into history and culture. And I genuinely, this isn't even a paid plug, nothing. Like, I genuinely had a really good time. That's
cool.
So informative. I want people to go check it out. So
yeah,
I'll share that.
I haven't been, but I will, definitely check that out. It sounds cool.
At least they put it in a fitting spot.
Right.
Unlike the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Where's the Baseball Hall of Fame?
No one knows.
Fair, very fair.
You think that the should have made it in Sheboygan,
I like,
but in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah,
the
it's
Barbecue
like
Hall of Fame.
it's all That would be about the same if they did that. Like if they used the same logic as the Baseball Hall of Fame, that would be that would be it.
Okay. I do have a thing for you, Mr. Restaurateur.
Oh no.
Yeah, get ready.
We got some music fans. A little JBJ, a little John Bon Jovi. Did you guys know he had a restaurant?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I bet you didn't know this about his restaurant.
What's that?
Did you know his restaurant is free?
What do you mean, like free?
You can
I don't
pay
understand.
Free 99.
free
Yeah.
99. You can eat for free.
Really?
If you don't have money. You can pay what you can, or you can work for your meal. It is called JBJ Soul Kitchen.
Huh.
I think that's absolutely amazing.
That is
Is
amazing.
it in Massachusetts? Or
Yeah,
where
where's
is
it located? I was
I'm
going to look
going
it
to
up.
let you know right now with the power of
The
the old
interwebs.
Googles. It is located in Jersey.
I don't know why I said Massachusetts. I just I just correlate Sweet Coraline with Boston.
No. Yeah. And I came across this and I was like, that is such a
Well, Sweet
refreshing-
Coraline is not a Bon Jovi song, but they also sing Bon Jovi
Song.
songs. I don't like yeah.
We got it. I thought that was really, really cool.
That is
And I
a cool idea.
Want to get your 2 cents on it if you would.
I would not be serving barbecue doing that.
I don't think they serve barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't think
that's
they serve
amazing. And like, when you're in a position to do that, that's incredible. That would terrify me. Like that's just knowing the costs and how everything you have to set up and the labor and everything just to get the food out to the
Sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to have your heart and mind in the right place to do something like that.
Sure,
That's not a facade, because you have to be absolutely crazy to do that.
I wonder how long it's been open, like how long it's been up and running.
It's been
That's-
open for some time. I'll pull it up right now.
'Cause that's incredible.
I thought it was amazing, and it's created by his foundation, and the whole concept I thought was just like, wow. They're pulling up the stats now. They've done over 217,000 meals. 59% are voluntary meals. 49% are paid donations. He goes in the kitchen and works it himself. I'm like, that is pretty cool.
That
right?
is pretty cool.
Like how, and they accept it. They have 2 locations throughout Jersey. But it's like, I think that's just like, okay, I want to give back. Or when people are in hard times, I think that's just a wonderful way to know you can get help without the ask, because sometimes the ask is the hardest part of receiving help.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
No, I think this is a fantastic idea. Trying to see what kind of food they serve. I wanted, because you can go in there. What if you just broke?
Yeah. Well, we talked about that, and it was started in 2011, so it's been going a stretch, 14 years. But if you're broke, you can apparently lay away your food, like we talked about last time on Klarna.
You can go to Klarna.
Do your Klarna DoorDash, sign up for Klarna, and do a payment plan for that Texas Roadhouse, thin as a sheet of paper steak. But they have
peri peri chicken, garlic cod, tofu.
they got birria bowls, ravioli. And some healthy options, some strawberry crunch salad here.
Yeah, because normally, like if you think of like a community restaurant or something with people eat for free, you would think
Soups and
something.
stew.
Yeah, absolutely, sandwiches or something rather simple. But this is pretty in depth. That's nice.
No, I dig it.
So, what if I was just broke and I came in? You didn't know me, and I came in and just wanted a meal.
I mean, we'd probably do something.
See? I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay. Good, we're closed.
I was about to say, like, they're not open.
It could be the whole business model.
No. But no, that is pretty cool, though. Well, John Bon Jovi, he's been singing tunes and
Yeah, he's got the scratch.
yeah.
From the business aspect, I'm sure this is a heck of a write-off as well, but doesn't mean you can't do good and still played the taxes game.
Hey,
so.
yeah, doing good is doing good.
Exactly. No, I absolutely love it, and I'm all for it. Let's see.
So once you get bigger and famous, then I will run your foundation for free food.
Everything would have plastic wrapped around it, so that you don't break it. Everything would have plastic wrapped around it.
Oh man,
You got something here in barbecue and just the ways and just your main dish. What do we got cooking down there, man? There's seems like a lot of good stuff in that list.
oh well, don't go down to my list. But like you, I've been traveling around a little bit, and one of the things that I love when it gets warm out is just rolling with the windows down and smelling when people are cooking. You hit that corner and you're just like, somebody cooking, and then you want to travel and find out where it is, because there's no restaurants around. It's just all residential.
Yeah.
So, I was just thinking, like, the main staple of backyard cookouts are burgers, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I wanted to spend a little time talking about burgers. And,
Okay.
well, this all started from my wife and I were sitting down. I made a couple of burgers the other night, and we were talking about the perfect bite. And that's when we started really digging down deep into burgers and where they came from and all this stuff, right? So I was looking at the history of burgers, and I was looking at it, and back in the 1200s is where, like, Mongolian, like, warriors would take smashed burger meat, put it up under their saddle, and that's how they tenderized when they rode, and they would eat that in battles, right? The first burger,
That's
the
a
first
hell of
smash
tartare.
burger
Okay.
under the saddle while you're riding in the battle. Isn't that crazy?
Make way for the Mongol horde.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Hey, that's the name. That would be a good concept for a burger. Call it the straddle, the saddle up.
the saddle up.
The saddle up. If you want the combo, get the saddle up and ride.
Look at there.
Tell you, we drop gems on this
spitting
one.
fire.
Bars. I'm Little Wayne
Fire.
in the mixtape era with these ideas.
But then we fast forward to the 19th century, and you get your German immigrants from Hamburg with their smash style of burger meat, and brought it to the U.S., seasoned it up, cooked it, bam, your burger is here. Then somewhere in the 1900s, somebody said, let's slap this between two buns.
And that's also something you can say in barbecue and the adult industry.
You know what? Who doesn't like slapping their meat between a couple of buns, baby?
We're still keeping our rating. We didn't go too
Ryan
far
is
over.
turning like
Only
as red as
buns.
your shirt. Only buns.
Can we make that a pop-up? I mean, remember the Folk You guys?
Oh yeah, the fuck you guys.
Yeah, I would love. Can we just settle? Can I just do a one-day pop-up called Only Buns?
You know what?
Just copious amount of meat and Martin's potato roll buns. Is,
No, everything's in a bow.
everything's in the bow. Oh, that's good. That's good.
But then, we were just digging into burgers, White Castle, McDonald's, all the stuff. I mean, they made movies on it, so y'all could go and watch the movies if you want. But then we were talking about the perfect bite and what does that consist of? Like, what is your burger temperature? Is it smashed? Is it fat? Do you want it sloppy where, like, I've been in restaurants where it's just like you pick it up and it just kind of falls apart because it's got too much crap on
I
it?
hate those. I don't want
it's
that.
just-
I want to be able to. I want to still be able to
depends.
hold it.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
It depends.
Let's
run
go.
it. Let's run it.
Okay. I mean, because you can have a smashed.
Right.
I'll stick by NFA for my favorite smash burger. I'll
Okay.
just shout out to the homie.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, like, they just do it right. It's seasoned right. It's good. But, like, nostalgic, like, I want a thick, medium rare burger.
Okay.
Like char grilled.
You say nostalgic. Is that nostalgic from homemade or somewhere you went?
Well,
and had it?
it's not just a homemade, and also kind of like my favorite burger in Atlanta is just to go get a medium rare Earl burger with the American cheese from the Earl. Like, it's no frills. It's just like they have one of the, like, the little grills in the back, and so it has almost like a backyard taste to it. That's the burger.
Yeah.
That's the burger. And but the messy burger is like, look, if you get a chili cheeseburger, it's gonna be messy.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, like there's a line. Now, again, my hate for Five Guys. I don't like. I don't want to open up the soggy little packet and it just be falling everywhere because, oh yeah, we wrapped it in aluminum foil and it steamed the crap out of it.
Yeah. Along with your bun.
Yeah.
along with your bum. But I do, and I don't know. This might be a controversial take. I'm hoping Lee will have my 6 on this, but he's already shaking his head now.
Right.
I know what that means.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't think you know what I haven't had in a while? That was like sort of like my first foray into like, oh, these are some wild burgers. Vortex.
No, Vortex is good.
Vortex. I forgot
Vortex
about
is
that
good.
place.
I can still surprise you after, over a decade. Vortex is nice.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with Vortex is they got so popular that the really crazy stuff, like, it's almost impossible to go get it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when they had the triple bypass and the double
Oh,
coronary.
no, they still have
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
But you can only get it, like, it's crazy. You can only get them between, like, 2 and 5 p.m. You have to pre-order them.
When the hospital's open?
No. Well, no, because, like, everybody would order them. And so all the grilled cheeses for them would take up all their griddle space. And so it would back up everything else.
But that's where you in a hard segue, but that's where logistics and SOPs and stuff, and you realize those constraints, right? Like, you are still TikTok famous right now, and that's what happens when everyone finds out. Then everyone wants it, and then the thing is, it never goes back to no one knew. They're just experienced. So you're just at a new level that you just have to maintain until the next everyone finds out and you go back up again. It's one of those things.
Yeah, we used to take all day to sell 2 racks of beef ribs, and now we sell like 6 in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Love those problems for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not knocking it, just one of the things you mentioned earlier. I don't get down a lot, but it's hard to beat a piece of melted government cheese.
Yeah.
Your burgers. It's hard, just that
The
little
Kraft single?
Yeah. It just does something to you. I know that cow from, the little animated cow from the commercials when we were kids? I know it ain't come from that cow. I don't want to know. I'm not looking on the package.
No.
Don't tell me the truth. Lie to me.
I don't want to know how the sausage is.
Lie to me about the cheese on my burger.
It melts the best.
Exactly.
It
I don't know
melted
what's in
everywhere.
it. It's held together with broken dreams and promises, and it cracks under a little bit of heat. But I love that cheese, man. Would I put it on anything else? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I don't even put it in eggs, but on a burger, all day, every day. Give me 2 of them, hit perpendicular, and finish it off. I'm good to go.
So what's your, like, a burger that everybody gets?
It's a tough one.
It is.
It is a tough one.
That's why I passed it to you.
I know. Because I was going to say Five Guys at first, but I.
I mean, you can have your opinion. I'm not gonna.
No.
Again, if 5 Guys cost like $10 to $12,
Like it used to.
yeah, like I would not have as much like
It's
disdain.
$60 now.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Remember back in the day when we used to go with J Fish
Yeah.
and get the bag and fries back in the day? And we'd upgrade to Cajun because it'd still be under 15
Yeah.
with
You
the
get all-
drink.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah. It was a whole meal.
it's a whole meal, $15. Now you can get a burger. I think you get a single patty for 15. But that's just prices going up. I think for me, known that's become a hit, the one that I tell everyone about is your smoked brisket burger. I send
Okay, well, I'm not gonna say anything.
I send
see,
everyone there. I've
yeah,
sent
but-
the Rickoffs. I've sent the Home Depot people. I've sent. Oh, I'm gonna go get that burger.
I mean, that's a
Go
shout out
get
to
it.
Leroy and Lewis. Speaking of which, they're doing the summer brisket class
Hey.
or summer barbecue U. Last week of July, you can email right now and put your application in, and you could learn how to make that burger.
Okay, there we go.
So-
there we go. That's knocked, and I think it's just strictly a childhood thing, and the level of grief I'm about to ensue. But like I'm again preferencing this by saying it's a childhood thing. Just the dollar burger from Mickey D's. Valley Burger.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Back in the
I was
day.
going to say, is it still $1?
It doesn't exactly. It does. I think it's a whole separate thing now.
$2.50.
But
I think it's the $3.29.
yeah. But that bad boy got me through middle school. That got me through football practice in high school. After because we were doing 2-a-days, we're just dressed, could just walk over to the McDonald's, $5, let me load up, and I was good. That was just one of those. I knew what it was going to be, and that's when it still had a little sustenance to it, Now it's just air and styrofoam pick.
Yeah, I was going to say
peanuts.
old newspapers.
It's trimmings.
Okay, so I figured it out. So a decent burger. Well, I say the burger that I've had that I go back for is down at Industry Tavern, which is in Buckhead.
Okay.
And the reason why, simple. Nice, gigantic piece of meat, not smashed, like regular sized burger. I think it's like quarter pound. Bun is nice, sesame seed. And when you pick it up, it stays together. Bacon, pickle, lettuce, tomato, simple. Keep it simple.
I don't know if I want lettuce on my burger.
Only if it's not, I don't like shredded lettuce.
Oh, see, I'm the other way. I would rather have shredded.
You'd rather have shredded?
I'd rather have shredders.
Really?
Yeah.
Shredders.
Shredders.
Coming up with words. All right. What about you? What's your?
You want the tiers? Like
We have tiers.
I mean,
Okay.
fancy.
I know.
Fancy.
I mean,
Coming
like,
in at number one.
I mean, like, it's more like price points. Like, if you want a good burger, Houston's still has a good burger.
Okay, yeah.
Houston's has a good burger. That's more pricey. Like, honestly, fast food. If there's one around you, Culver's.
Culver's.
You're
the
doing
ice cream place.
No, the Culver's does a good smash
They've
burger.
got custard.
Really?
Yeah. They get.
Yeah.
Or
Did you have a
custard.
bad one?
No, Culver's isn't bad. I think Culver's is gone. Everyone's gone. Somebody's gonna catch me on the street and swing on me for this next statement, but I need y'all to have my back like a holiday sweater. All
All
right.
right, we got you.
Whataburger's overrated.
You know what?
I said what I said.
Do you like mustard?
I do, but I'm just saying Whataburger is overrated. I know Georgia's happier than all get out that they got a couple now. Whataburger's overrated.
You've heard my Mississippi River theory, right?
No.
Never eat at a Whataburger east of the Mississippi River. Never eat at Crystal's west of the Mississippi River.
That's words to live by.
Are White Castles still around?
Yeah, up north.
Yeah.
Just
they're-
up north?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
White Castle around.
Those powdered buns never made it down here. No one got them Ashy Larry buns.
I mean,
down here?
no, it's like Crystal's.
What a steamed
like, yeah.
meat.
I mean, it is
great.
I mean,
It is
they're the same thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna go one further. In and Out's overrated.
Yes, it
I will
is.
agree with you on that.
Again,
one.
We almost fought last episode.
I like again. Well, since it's like
There's no
maybe
line.
lost to time.
There's no line. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the ones in California.
Oh, okay. Well, so like I've only done the ones in Texas. First time I had it, I was like, "What is this? This is fine." But I got it. I just
It'll
got.
be the same in Cali.
Well, I gave it like. Did you get it in the restaurant or how did you get
yeah.
it? Okay, all right. So you had it
I
like.
mean, I still basically go every time I'm in Cali.
Yeah.
I'm just like, when it's just one of those things where I'm like, it's just not what you guys think it is.
It's, a
Like,
glutton for
it's the
punishment.
price point thing, I think, more than anything. Like,
Maybe.
yeah, I didn't get it until, like I said,
Rasheed's bought mine the last 3 times, so I haven't even paid for
Yeah.
it, and I'm still not so happy about it.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it until I go through the drive-through one time, and they ask, "Are you getting it to go? Or are you gonna eat in your car?" And I'm like, "That's the same thing." So I say,
Well, actually, I have noticed, and you probably picked up on this too, every time we've gone, people go in and literally just walk out to their car to eat.
"Yeah."
That's the thing.
Well, so they wrap differently if you say you're getting it to go versus in your car. They full wrap it, which steams the bun. If you say I'm eating it in my car, they leave the half wrap so the bun stays toasted.
Yeah.
And the one I got, it may have been like an off thing, was one of the best fast food, like for the price, one of the best fast food burgers I ever had. But again, like the first time I thought it was overrated is all get out. So
It's not.
I mean, it might be like the Chick-fil-A hack. It's like if you want good Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
you order through the app and you say no pickles, so they have to make you a fresh sandwich. It's not one
Yeah.
sitting on the line that's like steamed out.
Slightly soggy.
Yeah.
That's the no fries trick at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the no fries trick?
When you go to McDonald's and you want fresh fries, you tell them no salt because they will still fry them and then they'll dump them on the side of the regular ones fresh and won't put salt on them. So that you just get fresh fries every
I
time.
don't want
just no
I
salt.
don't want a McDonald's fry without salt. I feel like they got the best.
Yeah.
I think they got the best fries.
Yeah.
Sometimes at a Lay's McDonald's, they just put the same the non-salted fries in the same bucket as the salted fries. They just don't throw salt on them, and you still get the residual.
Little layover salt.
See, you get the layover salt.
All right. I want to touch on 2 things because you mentioned the buddies over at Leroy and Lewis. They're doing their classes. They aren't the only cats out there rolling smoke. Our buddy, friend of the pod, alumni of that one show on that one network, Kareem Algamesh is doing a Father's Day Brisket 101 class.
That one streaming service that now costs $50 a month.
Streaming service I can. Yes, but Kareem Algamesh, our buddy over at KG BBQ, is hosting a Father's Day Brisket 101 class. And if for some reason you've been living under a culinary rock and you have no idea who Kareem is or who KG BBQ is, I definitely suggest you Google this man. I'm not even going to mention that one thing. I'm going to mention the other things. Absolutely crushing it out at the Bon Appetit Kitchens over in New York, doing, preemptive things for TED Talk. You've had Joe Rogan and Action Bronson pull up on him and eat lunch, and they were so amazed by the food that the 1.5 hour long podcast with Bronson and Rogan is nothing but them talking about the food.
That's fantastic.
My guy's out here doing absolutely amazing things. He took a one-off trip to the States, to Texas, over a decade ago, and said, the food's too good. I ain't going back. He's been hanging out, rolling smoke, perfecting the craft, and adding his own unique cultural flair to Texas-style barbecue, which I get down with.
I can't wait to get out there and actually have the actual food truck, like brick and mortar, whatever set up, because I remember having it back in 2019 when he was out of the convenience store. Yeah, and that even then it was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm planning a trip out there, one, to feature him on this project we're working on, and then two, we're also going to be doing a not a battle of the flames, a joining of the cultures cook.
Okay.
Because we both get down with a lot of the same flavor profiles he utilizes, I also utilize growing up. They're just, put in different ways. And I've never found anyone who loves lamb more than me until I met Kareem. So just wanted to put that out there. So you guys make sure you sign up for that class, gift it to dad. He doesn't want socks, a tie.
No.
He's tired of like, oh, look, we made you this macaroni. Kick that shit to the side.
Yes.
Save up the monies, go mow some lawns, and gift your old man a barbecue 101 course. He'll thank you later by making you brisket.
I co-sign that message 100%. No more ties or socks or macaroni necklaces. Brisket 101 class. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's probably gonna
teach you how to trim and man.
Our friends at Sweet Auburn are throwing something next week. Did you see that?
Really?
What's that?
Good Luck Smoke Show next Wednesday, May 14th.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're bringing in like 4 chefs from out of state, and let's see how many people from in-state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, because everyone wants to hear someone count on a podcast. So 11 Atlanta chefs, and they're just setting
11 chefs in Atlanta?
Hey, one of them is a Michelin star rated chef. So there you go.
You got one, and then you got 2, and we'll round up.
Yeah, but they so Blood Brothers are coming in. Yeah, friends of the podcast, Candy home from Soup Belly, Vivian Lee, Lefty Lee's. So they are, and then a few others. They're all doing their thing over right next on the street, right next to they're blocking off that street right next to Sweet Auburn and setting up right there.
Are we in town next week? No, we're not.
Yeah, you're in Memphis.
Yeah.
It's like it's that Wednesday night, so you would already be on your way to Memphis.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not here. I keep missing. Yeah, next time. Next time.
Yeah, but I just want to give a shout out. They announced it maybe like a couple weeks ago, but it's a really cool thing that they're doing. So
It does look cool.
Oh, right, good on them. Good on them. Want to also talk about new things. Mo keeps swapping out rigs like draws, man. Big Moe Cason picked up a brand new beauty of a rig made by our buddies and friends of the pod, M&M Barbecue.
another one?
Oh, yeah. See, that's exactly what I said.
Did he just get one?
He's collecting them like Pokemon cards, but it's still cheaper, mind you. Those listen, it's still cheaper than a car collection. At this point, not by much, but it's still cheaper. It's still cheaper than a car collection. But he picked up a brand new beauty. He's called her El Loba, which means the she wolf. So she looks good, strapped and ready, on the way back home. He's going to break her in, break that season, and it seems he's taking it to Memphis in May. Now, he's had a good run with M&M rigs over at Memphis. His first call in over a decade, 2 years ago, was on a brand new M&M rotisserie, and I know that because I was there when it dropped, and I was there as they burnt it in and fired it.
Was that the Death Star one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it wasn't a Star Wars one?
It was that Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's got a new rig he's going to be pulling out there for this year's Memphis in May. And a little sideways shameless plug, if you happen to be wandering around Memphis in May and see a giant Jamaican oak tree, that's yours truly, as I am the first official tour guide and liaison for the Memphis in May festival. So I'm happy about that.
Just imagine you with like a sash, like a
I know,
Miss
like
America
I feel like I
thing.
should have like a something that either has beer or hot sauce
Yeah.
or something just woven in. I'm just out there handing them out.
Because you can't just be walking around. You have to say something like,
Like I need a
you should just have it-
cooler full of like Bud Light or something.
No, just have a
Chucking 'em.
bandolier. Like, just double strap bandoliers.
No, I don't know. But I want to. I got it. We got time. I got 7 days before we hit the ground. So I'll see what I can whip up. We got to have something I can just like. Here you go. Just like a rib of ribs. It's like snatching them out. You get a rib. You get a rib. Yeah, you get a rib. Pull out double turkey legs from the back and just start handing out.
you're like the John Wick of meat. Like,
Just keeps going, slicing off sausages that don't walk by. Trying, you get that, try a little burnt end. It could work.
you know what?
There's a
We can make it
possibility.
happen.
There's a possibility.
That's got to be like the 5th idea we done spit out on this podcast today. Just fire ideas.
We got bands.
We just need backing. we need capital.
we do. And so you've got some extra bits down there. What you got on there?
Oh man, I was just going back and talking about the burger. I wanted to talk about the villain of toppings.
Ooh.
So what would be your
Tomato.
Tomato?
Yeah,
If
tomatoes.
if it's not in season, don't put a tomato on my burger.
Tomato is a useless character in the movie of a burger because what is a tomato going to do? Slide off and land on your pants and ruin your day.
Yeah.
Ain't doing nothing, but ain't no grip on a
It messes
tomato.
with the bun.
Does.
Yeah, it gets soggy.
Yeah.
Does. Too much liquid.
I was going to say avocado, but apparently tomato has taken the charts here.
Look, like I'm just talking about like what too many people put on there. Like there's a season for tomatoes. If you want, like, I don't eat BLTs until it's in season. I'm not going to put tomato on my burger until it's in season. Like, don't put like a crappy out of season tomato on a burger.
Understood. Or a tomato that's just been sitting in its own
Juices.
liquids
Yeah.
for days. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going. Now we talked about the villain. What is a hero for a burger? I think it's the same answer for everyone. Oh, you said cheese?
You said cheese?
You said cheese?
Yeah, I was going to go
with
straight bacon.
Straight bacon. I can have a burger
Straight
without
bacon.
cheese.
Onions.
What? Okay,
But what kind? Just onions?
I'm like, look. I'm just saying, as like it doesn't matter which way you make them, but like, let's like a properly prepared like sweet onion that's like you got the ice bath, so it's not super oniony, but it adds that nice crisp. I think onion and beef just pair so well together. So like either you could do raw onions, you could do caramelized onions, you can do grilled onions, whatever.
So you would take an onion over a slice of delicious, crispy bacon.
Yeah,
I don't even know who you are anymore.
yeah. Look, I mean, look, like
Who hurt you?
I want my bacon on a biscuit, and I want my onions on a burger.
Oh my gosh. Who hurt you?
You know what?
What was
I
her
could dig
name?
onion. I do. I would lean towards like a red onion. Just
Yeah.
Like a
Sure.
red
Yeah.
onion on a burger, great.
Yeah.
Like, but like bacon's just a cheat code.
but
Someone hurt you in a bad way.
yeah, I'm gonna give you a hug. After
I feel
we
like you
finish wrapping up.
need some love. You
Yeah,
know,
see, exactly.
you deserve to be healed. You deserve
Well, okay,
joy.
what would you rather have? Would you rather have a burger with just bacon or a burger with just caramelized onions, leaving out the cheese?
Just bacon.
bacon.
Dude, it would be so weird without the cheese.
Just bacon.
And then
You're
you-
not-
Wait, Lee is really thinking.
I'm going bacon. I'm not like, oh no, too much bacon has said no one ever.
I think you have a better balanced burger though with the onions.
You know what? Your onion burger's not gonna make the Big Back calendar.
It's not.
I'm
We're
just
gonna have
saying.
to get that to the
It's not
curb.
can't make the Big Back
Go,
calendar
it's over there with Impossible Burgers.
unless it's like deep fried, smothered in chocolate.
No, I love it. That's an interesting go of it. That's an
Yeah.
interesting go of it.
And the last thing we were talking about is along that perfect bite because I like to go around the edges and because I like the crispiness, but my wife likes the center. Like even in other foods like lasagna, like I eat the edges and she goes for the middle. So
It's like brownies. Everyone knows. You go for a
the
corner.
edges. The
You go for a corner. Ain't no one cutting a brownie in the center.
Hold on,
Let me
Brian.
get them edges. Oh Lord.
No. You know what the worst slice
He's
of
about to
Sicilian
ruin
pizza
what's
is?
left of this friendship. That's what's-
No. You know what the worst slice of it? I'm not going to argue. The worst slice of it, like a Sicilian, is when you get the one with no corners.
Yeah,
like,
see?
Yeah. So
All right, we're back.
I'm not arguing this.
We're back on track now.
It's if you go around,
human.
but I'm gonna say if you eat the burger like this, you're crazy.
Oh.
If you pinwheel that burger, like
Spin it around.
I'm just lazy Susan this bad boy.
just want the edges.
Look,
Just
we
the-
listen, but we don't judge.
Oh, we're judging.
Okay,
Heavy.
fair enough.
We're judging.
So I mean, you like the lacy edge burger because you basically get all edges then.
Yeah. But my bites are so big that there's no middle. So it's
Just straight through to the other
just
side.
straight through. Oh man, no, but burgers are great. You know, it's a staple of the backyard barbecue, and like I said, walking around, driving around, riding around. I just love the smell of people cooking. Now they could be cooking horrible food, but the smell of the grill firing up just says summertime. Like, drop your pants, put on your sandals, and
It's
get in the
always
pool.
pants with you. It's always pants with you. I do want to go into our next segment here with your pants on, please, for everyone involved, and shifting into we got to time for our hot take.
hot take.
By our official this time
Oh,
sponsors.
Melinda's.
You know, why not? They got absolutely delicious stuff, and it's set your mouth on flavor. So today's hot take brought to you by Melinda's. Remember when we were talking about useless accessories in the cooking world?
Yes.
Here's today's hot take. You
Okay.
would not believe it, but that video went semi-viral on TikTok. I think it's at like over 100,000 views. And this is why I say again, hot take by Melinda's. I think a lot of the people who watched that missed the point because they were arguing but proving our point on another issue. Woo! It's getting hot in here. It must be
Here
the
we
sauce.
go. Must be the sauce.
Everyone was arguing. These guys don't know what they're talking about. The smoke tube is useful, especially on a pellet cooker. And I was like, you couldn't have made my point for me better.
No, they didn't.
If I wanted to, I said
No, they didn't.
They were arguing back and forth like, no.
Hold on. What is a smoke tube? I don't even know what this is.
Brian.
All right.
Like, what are we? Is it? Do I put it in the category of meat shredders?
You know, look at he did the hand motion.
With the
He
little
did the hand
claws.
motion.
And I'll repeat, smoke tubes are perfect for smoking cheese. And in my head, I have to remember there's categories for what we do, right?
Right.
Because
For sure.
I forget. I and this is God's honest truth. I oftentimes forget how good we are at what we do, and that's not a brag. That's just I can smoke out cheese, salmon, or anything, whether it's on Penny, my 250, or if it's on Pearl, my 500, or if it's on Phoebe, my 350. I can smoke out anything, no matter how big it is. I can control
Sure.
the fire, right? But these guys, I have to remember, are probably using some backyard, back home, I guess what's the proper term, commercial rigs, like you get at your Home Depot
Your
or something.
trade-
Yeah, or maybe even like a gas grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, smoke tubes are perfect for smoking cheese. Some are saying, and I agree, a chimney's definitely up there. Some agree with us that they use the bear claws to act like they're Wolverine. I agree with bear claws. Never tried the smoke tube. You shouldn't. This guy, Jeremy, my man, obviously hasn't used the smoke tubes for cheese or salmon. We have real smokers. There's the hot take. We have real smokers, and we do this for more than being the hero dad on the weekend. So kindly massage the left and stroke down the middle. I'll let you figure out what member we're talking about. But we don't have to use perforated Coke cans to add smoke to salmon. Here's the trippy part. You can smoke salmon and cheese without a smoke tube if you know what the hell you're doing. And if you actually have a true rig, it's all about fire management and temperature management, and it just keeps going because majority of these guys kept saying smoke tubes are good for cheese, smoke tubes are great for cheese, smoke tubes needed because my Traeger doesn't get enough smoke. Smoke tubes are best because on a pellet smoker it adds more smoke. Why are you using a pellet smoker then? If you have to add an accessory to your smoker, if you have to add a third-party item to your smoker to make it a smoker, is it a smoker in the first place?
I'll say that's something that Traeger's done well, marketing-wise.
Oh yeah, they sell the shit out of it.
Well, yeah, but like everything that goes along with it, it's not like a one and done.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to somebody the other day who like they got it and then spent another $800 like on accessories and shit. I'm like, well, it wasn't ready for you to go. Like, what was the point? You paid for another unit.
So, LS551, a smoke tube on a stick burner is pointless, but on a pellet grill is a must. My response: don't they come with an extra smoke button? I'm just trying to understand because smoke tubes on a Traeger are this, and I'm not lying. This is from Nate B. Smoke tube on a Traeger is a must buy item for Traeger owners. Then why are you buying Traegers if it's sold as a smoker?
Because it's mold. It's like what they don't advertise is they say, oh, it can get down to this temp. It's a hot smoker. Like you're not going to get any smoke generated unless you're above a certain threshold.
Sure.
And then, but for cheese, you want to be below a certain threshold for bacon and stuff. And the way those systems are set up to fire, it will create too much temperature to get more smoke.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bad design philosophy.
Gosh forbid. Who would have thought of that? Traeger had a bad design flaw. Wild.
Well, that's why I don't smoke sausage, cold smoked sausage on a rotisserie.
No.
Or at least not on the Southern Pride we have in stores. Like on a M&M, you probably could. Yeah, because you have to build your fire completely. But at below a certain temp, if you want to keep it a cold smoke, it's not going to fire enough to generate the smoke. So
today's hot take brought to you by Melinda's is, if you've got to get a smoke tube to get your food smoky, you should probably throw away the smoker.
You know what?
But what do I know? I just rub bust and start fires for a living.
Do they soak their wood chips too?
I was gonna say they season their charcoal. But you know what though? I've never smoked cheese, so I'm gonna put that out there right now.
Okay.
But I have smoked plenty of salmon.
Yeah.
And I've smoked it on a stick burner. I've smoked it on pellets. I've smoked it on disc. You ever see the Bradley? Looks like a college-sized refrigerator. It has smoke.
Yeah.
The little
disc.
Yeah.
Disc in there.
I'm a technology guy. I've done it all, right?
Yeah.
I've never used a smoke tube. And my salmon is fantastic. I've sold salmon. Like, this is one of my menu items, and it's never smoked tube. But, I mean, listen, I'm not here to yuck anybody else's yum. I was asked a question and about, silly items and the smoke tube and the bear claws, even if you want to act like Wolverine. It seems kind of silly to me.
To me, I just couldn't help but laugh because I'm like, you guys are proving my point on pellet grills so much further because you're saying you're adding a smoke tube to your pellet rig, whether it be off-brand or Traeger, in order to get more smoke. I'm like, for when some of those Traeger models, the ones that just released because they did their whole Traeger Day, having it look like a reenactment of fucking Living Color in there. I was like, you don't even like half those black people you got there, Traeger. Stop acting. Relax. We know what color flies a Traeger, and it's not orange or green. But I was like, what are you getting that rig for? Get a quality rig, something that you can do everything with. And it's like, and it's not just a master build or any of the gravity series, because you can do all of that on all, but it's also like a traditional kettle. It's hard to beat a traditional 22 kettle, right? Now, I'm not going to say you're going to get high output on that bad boy. You better pick your meat, and that's what it's going to be. But it was just one of those that I did not expect for it to take off like it did. I did not expect the level of engagement. I think I picked it up. It was 98,000.
People get triggered.
Yeah, they do.
get
They
triggered.
it was shared 337 times.
I'm sure they're gonna say something about this one too, because they'll be like, "You're still talking about my smoke too."
Well, we might as well give them something to talk about. So let's do Piss Them Off Volume 2.
Just if you're using shred claws, you didn't cook it enough.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You've got to turn into a mutant to tenderize your meat. Just put it back on. Put it back. And so like, oh, it expedites the process. I'm like, one, and I think it's also from our experiences. We know when you're serving pulled pork, we're not shredding all of it. You're leaving it whole and you're pulling what you need for that order. Because once you shred it, all that moisture
Dries out.
leaves and leave that bone in. I only do my bone trick when I know all that's going out at once, right? So keep that in mind. But we'll do volume 2 of the useless items in barbecue now that all of us are here. Take it away, kind sir. Mind you, we've already spoken on claws, tubes. I had the whole metal hand weight thing that got sent to me. That was weird. And we've talked about the rinky-dink barbecue caddy kits that you get at your little 5 and dime or Kroger's that everyone's seeing right now, those one and dones.
Let's see. It's got to be like the really crappy wire brush, or like the little like the ones that like, or like the ones the spiral one that like it's like, oh, it's $5 and you're kind of like, yeah, like just it's completely useless. You're never gonna clean anything
With that.
Yeah.
What's the alternative?
Just go buy so it's a little more expensive, and you can order them now. I would get them from Restaurant Depot, but either like a pizza oven brush.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, or like the actual like grill brush that they use like at restaurants. Like it's gonna stand up longer, and it's actually gonna scrape stuff off.
I tell people to go to their local Home Depot and when you're laying plaster, your palette knife.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I also use that
Those
too.
bad boys are great for scraping off grates.
The trowel.
Yeah,
basically.
the trowel.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
next up, too, they're not a sponsor. Maybe we can get them in. We're going to see them in a week. Go get you a barbecue daddy, and I'm not talking about a sugar daddy. Don't.
Outside of shaking?
We're not talking about you. A barbecue daddy is not someone who just brings you brisket when you want. A barbecue daddy is a actual cleaning accessory made by the same cats that brought you Scrub Daddy. And I was skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical about the whole thing. Then I tried it. I was like, holy crap, this works. And I thought, okay, maybe it just works on like parallel grates. Then I brought it to Penny and busted out my expanded iron so quick on the clean. I was like, oh, this is great. All you do is get it up to temp, get your smoke running like above 200 so everything's warm or hot, and it just steams everything off. It's shaved like a third of time off of re-cleaning and re-seasoning my rig. It's like, this is kind of nice. So that's the alternative. What about you?
So
On useless and then an alternative.
Oh, well, I don't have an alternative for this useless gadget, but liquid smoke. Does that count? Can I
Yes.
throw that in there?
Yeah. You know what the alternative is? Real
Smoke.
Real smoke.
Real smoke.
I mean, if you're using liquid smoke, you're not.
That's just that. Yeah, just certain things. Liquid smoke is up there with impossible meat. Why do you exist?
You know what? Maybe we can get those guys to put liquid smoke on their pellets to get more smoke out of their Traeger.
As they put it in their smoke tube, we've solved your problem.
Soak the pellets in liquid smoke.
Sadly, they can't. Have you ever seen a pellet when it gets wet?
Oh, it's useless, right?
Yeah, that thing pops right back to sawdust expeditiously. It's like midnight and it's Cinderella. It went right back to a pumpkin. Pellets don't do well when they're wet. They just explode. But for those of you willing to try it, go ahead and put your pellets and spray it with liquid smoke and then put it in your smoke tube and put it back on your pellet grill, and it'll taste halfway like you know what you're doing.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA.
You know what? Another good alternative, if you feel the need to, if you have some beef fat lying around, throw that on your fire. That will generate some
That would actually
Yeah.
generate some useful smoke and flavor.
But as far as the alternative, I wasn't going to say that, but one of the things that I love, that I've fallen in love with, butcher block paper.
Butcher paper, just in general?
Butcher paper in general.
Okay. I was like, butcher block.
Oh, just I say butcher block just because that's what I say, but
yeah.
the pink paper.
Yeah.
Okay, your
Yeah.
pink peach. Okay, I like that. That's a nice tool to add, a must-have add.
Just
No, I do. Like for me, another useless one, and the alternative. Another useless one are the pre-formed heat-resistant rubber gloves.
Oh god, yeah.
That
I was about to bring that
you
up.
can't even like bend your actual fingers.
you can't grab anything.
You can't. Your best alternative is either going to be at your local hardware store, your local depot. You can get welder's gloves. Those things are rated for high intense heat, and they have a longer sleeve to protect more of your forearms. Or Next Grill, I believe, I think it's the Next Grill brand. They actually have some. They're rated to firefighter material that are actually flexible, and they're a cloth. I can't remember the cloth, but they're insulated for up to 400 degrees. And those are good. And I'm not saying for you to handle your food. I'm not saying shred with those. I'm saying to like lift up trays or pull out racks or shift wood or anything like that. And I'm a fan of those because they come up really far. So if you're going to get gloves, get stuff that can really protect more of your forearms because you're going in deep on some of those pits. So,
Or those cheap, just get those cheap like kind of cloth gloves, and then just put your like nitrile glove or like that kind of glove right over it.
Yeah, but those don't hold unless you have hands like ours where the thin cotton ones are good enough.
Yeah,
it helps. But the everyday person, I promise you, if they put one of those on with
true.
the nitrile,
Yeah.
they're gonna lose their shit. Like we can hold hot briskets with that. They're like,
do that all the time.
burning that off, you know. And it's just one of those. If you're out there and you're crazy enough and you're trying
I went
to
straight
lose
nitrile glove last week.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I've done that on pork. Yeah, you can.
Oh no, like rotating briskets. I was ribs. I was like, I should have a glove. Like even me, I was like, I should have a glove.
We can do nitros on that. No, that was a good one.
Or I could drip something on top of the liquid smoke. I've seen hot dog holders.
Put those in with
that's all I had to say.
Holders.
Hot dog holders, the taco holders, and we're going to round it out with those little perforation things that you can stomp your hot dog with to crosshatch it. I'm like, why are we doing this?
Why are we doing that?
Why
so you can get the crispy bits, so you don't have to eat around the burger.
It's a dog. You're not eating around anything. You're just.
We
know how everyone
get you a mechanism to crisscross your burger.
Yeah, we're just
or to crisscross your hot dog.
As we wind this up, fellas, it's barbecue month. Right, for us, it's the official kickoff of our job starting.
Wait, that wasn't January 1st?
No. You've been working for free this whole time. We're now officially starting our season.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, what's one barbecue tip you have for our listeners? One of each. You started off there. Let us know.
The one tip: don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to try new things, new flavor profiles. Like, expand your horizons this month. It's the month, barbecue month, right? I think National Barbecue Day is the 16th.
16th,
Yeah. Do something different, you know, instead of just going and getting your regular, steaks and burgers, just experiment a little bit. Let your flag fly a little bit. Stuff your burgers, try a different sauce, try a different rub, but get out there and have some fun. Experiment a little bit. You might surprise yourself.
Okay. What about you, my man?
Don't go by a set time.
I'm
just saying, like, everybody's like 3, 2, 1 ribs is like, not everything ribs is going to be done 3, 2, 1. You can't follow like a set guideline. Different racks of ribs, different pieces of meat are going to cook differently. If dinner's going to be at 5, start like 4 hours earlier than you think you have to.
Yeah.
Like, because what's the worst thing when you're first getting into it? It's getting around 5. Is like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? You can't rush it.
Yeah.
It's ready when it's ready.
It's ready when it's ready. Okay. All right. Good tips. So we've got try something new. Don't be afraid to experiment. We've got don't go by time. Start a little early. Let's see if I can give a technique-based one. I would say if you're getting into this, document the process.
Ooh, yes.
If this is your like first soiree into it, take the photos. Not saying to share them or post them, just take the photos and document it. If you're really getting into it, that way you can compare and see how much better you've gotten, right? Like even to this day, I still write notes. I still take pictures and mark up my photos on stuff just so I can track my cooks and how we're doing. Even when I was on that show on that network we don't speak of, I was scribing on the side of my smokers, letting me know like the time I put on. Maybe this is a tip for you guys out there. Hopefully this is your full tip. Writing the time you put your meat on the side, and I use chalk. That's why there's always chalk in my truck. Scribe it the time you put the meat on and the last time you checked it, especially if you have a team, so they know to check the side of the smoker before popping the door. It's like, oh, it's 6:48. What the time? Oh, they just checked at 6:30. There's no point for me to look at this right now. Keep it pushing. So those little tips and tricks, you'd be surprised because every time you pop that lid, that's an easy 50 to 75 degrees.
Right out the
Gone.
door.
And it takes time to build that heat up again. So just be mindful.
You want advice that's good for life and bad for barbecue?
Yeah.
Wrap early.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
There we go.
can't beat that. So with that being said, it has been a wonderful Barbecue Month episode here on This Week in Barbecue. I have been your host, Rasheed Phillips, and back for the second week. We're hoping we can go for the hat trick next week, ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
Fingers not crossed. Brian Hull.
And sandwiched between the two of us, Mr.
James Welch.
And we are all equally excited to have our fearless ringleader back because we actually have a podcast this week, Mr.
Lee Garman.
That's the pod, ladies and gentlemen. Tell a friend to tell two friends and be good to one another.
Peace.
Peace.
Jeez.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.